The White House and the more liberal media are desperate to move on from the absolute embarrassment that is Afghanistan. And a 5-4 vote in the Supreme Court this week was just what they needed, denying a request to block the Texas Heartbeat Act, which prevents abortion after a fetal heartbeat is detected. Now, the law makes exceptions for medical emergencies, but has none for pregnancy resulting from incest or rape. The law functions by allowing citizens to sue anybody who facilitates such a procedure for a reward of up to $10,000. It is a civilly enforced law, not a criminally enforced law. And it's a big deal. Such a ban has never been allowed in any state since the Supreme Court's 1973 ruling on Roe v. Wade. Of course, the media are spinning this as the end of Roe v. Wade. That's an exaggeration. Abortion is still legal in Texas. It's just only legal for the first 6 weeks of pregnancy. But the Supreme Court has said abortion must be allowed until fetal viability, which is around 24 weeks. So no doubt Texas's new law is a huge leap in the direction of pro-life. Our pro-choice Catholic president, a walking contradiction himself, put out this statement on this new law by allowing a law to go into effect that empowers private citizens in Texas to sue healthcare providers, family members supporting a woman exercising her right to choose after 6 weeks, or even a friend who drives her to a hospital or clinic. It unleashes unconstitutional chaos and empowers self-anointed enforcers to have devastating impacts. Biden is also launching a whole-of-government effort to respond to this decision, looking specifically to HHS and DOJ, which means radical left-wing Attorney General Merrick Garland is about to get busy again. Nancy Pelosi also announcing today the House will vote later this month on a bill to codify Roe v. Wade, but she's not angry enough to come back from vacation. Here's what Jen Psaki said when asked, what advice would Biden give to a woman in Texas right now who wants an abortion? Listen to this.
I don't think he's going to be giving medical advice. That's not the role of any president. He would say, but I would say he would convey to them, I have asked my team, my team to use every lever at their disposal to ensure you have this right.
So they're not giving medical advice anymore. We'll remember that the next time there's a White House COVID-19 briefing. For their part, the media has gone predictably insane over this story. Take a listen to Joy Reid.
People think it's hyperbolic when I tweet about The Handmaid's Tale coming to America. But I don't think it seems hyperbolic now.
Well, the fake Indian agrees, so then it must be credible, right? By the way, that's all MSNBC's talking about now. Again, it's the perfect distraction from Afghanistan. An interesting moment there as well. Joy Reid never over-exaggerates or says idiotic things on her show. Handmaid's Tale. Okay. But there are conservatives that also found this new law quite alarming. Adam Carolla, one of many Hollywood conservatives out there, one of only few willing to publicly admit it, though, a friend of this show, he tweeted this out. 6 weeks is well before many women even know they are pregnant. If even I'm saying this is crazy, then you know it's crazy. The scary thing about this ruling in a political sense is its ability to shore up a fractured Democrat Party. Right now, Democrats are a mess. They are split on spending, with moderates watching, like Manchin and Sinema, watching the bar tab. Their far left flank, of course, is psychotic, and their president is a worldwide disgrace. The Texas Heartbeat Bill is something they'll all unify over, and it's happening right now. Our own Dick Morris writing in a Newsmax op-ed today, in the hands of a hysterical media, it might even encourage court packing and facilitate election-altering changes like those in H.R. 1. This decision changes everything. Think about big picture. Next month, Biden's court commission is expected to release its report on Supreme Court reforms, which include court expansion and term limits. Here's the White House on whether this new Texas bill will impact the court-packing decision.
Rulings like that do raise concerns, not just for the president, but for people out there in the country about how the court is operating.
So the great irony of the abortion debate is in the numbers. That's where this all gets very interesting. In places like New York City, abortions actually outpace childbirths in some cases. That's right. According to the New York City Department of Health, between 2012 and 2016, black mothers terminated 136,426 pregnancies and gave birth to 118,127 babies. That's an astonishing number. And the abortion rate among black mothers is more than 3 times higher than it is for white mothers. The founder of Planned Parenthood, a place more sacred than the Vatican to leftists, was simply trying to keep the black population in check. Google Margaret Sanger sometime. You'd be amazed what you find. And yet the people fighting so viciously to protect abortion and funding for Planned Parenthood are people that wear Black Lives Matter t-shirts. Talk about irony. A Pew Research survey taken in 2017 found that 50% of Hispanics, 58% of whites, 62% of blacks now say abortion should be legal in all or most cases. But as the entire nation bears down on Texas, and believe me, they are, let's remind everybody of what the other side of this issue looks like. The left is not satisfied with abortion until fetal viability, which is the current Supreme Court law. Don't be a fool. They don't want just up to 24 weeks. They want abortion up until birth. So think for a second, no matter how political you are, what's more offensive to you? What's more offensive to anybody? Preventing an abortion once a fetus has a detectable heartbeat, or killing a baby that has literally been born alive? In 2019, the Democrat governor of Virginia, Dr. Ralph Northam, we talked about him last night, supported a late-term abortion bill in his state. Take a listen to what he had to say about third trimester abortion.
If a mother is in labor, I can tell you exactly what would happen. The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired. And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother. So I think this was really blown out of proportion. But again, we want the government not to be involved in these types of decisions.
So if abortion fails, the baby is alive and is now outside of the mother on the table, doctors can choose to kill the baby if that's the mother's choice. This is what the left wants. That guy's a moderate. These are the women screaming at abortion rallies, bragging about how many abortions they've had, like it's some kind of a game. It's really, really disgusting on the other side of this argument. During a Senate Judiciary hearing last year, a registered nurse testified about live birth abortions at a hospital near Chicago, describing what happened to a baby with Down syndrome who just barely survived an abortion.
One night, a nursing coworker was taking a little abortion survivor to the soiled utility room to die because she didn't have time to hold him and his parents didn't want anything to do with him. And so when she told me what she was doing, I couldn't let this baby die alone, and so I cradled and rocked him for the 45 minutes that he lived. Christ Hospital readily admitted that baby survived abortion. I submitted with my written testimony an article from the Chicago Sun-Times where they said between 10 and 20% lived for a short time.
I don't care what your politics are. That's really, really tough to hear. It's a really, really, really scary thing.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.